Hey, Lesbian Central, it's Thursday, and I'm Holly. This week, we're talking about coming out to yourself and also um, favorite characters and such from lesbian, gay movies, etc. I'm going to touch briefly on the second one, but mostly I'm just going to talk about coming out to yourself. It's a difficult process for a lot of people. I grew up in a Christian home. I kind of have a similar experience, a little bit to Lauren's experience. Um, Although I didn't come out to myself in the shower, uh, the Christian thing is really difficult. It took me a really long time to come to terms with the fact that I was gay because for so long I had been taught that I'm not allowed to be gay, that being gay is a sin. And my parents still, hold that view, which makes it really difficult. Coming out to yourself is the first step to a very important process of being comfortable with who you are. Starting in high school and even middle school, I noticed that I had a very high attachment to females, and I wasn't sure why that was. I thought there was something wrong with me, and I often really I would be friends with somebody, and I would in my mind it seemed so much more significant of a relationship than it did in their mind, and I didn't know that wasn't what a friendship was supposed to be. In my mind, what I was desiring was just a best friend that was a girl, and I was constantly seeking somebody that could be a best friend for me, and that would reciprocate the feelings that I had for them. And looking back, later in life, once I had come out to myself, I realized that some of those feelings were probably more romantic, and that would explain why I had, in some instances, given flowers to people. Oh, I was so messed up. I didn't know, as a younger, 7th grade, as a 12-year-old, I didn't know that wasn't okay, and I would just do the things that I thought were nice, I had a friend that was mad at me, and I brought her flowers, and she got mad at me for bringing her flowers, but I picked them in front of my development while I was waiting at the bus stop. I just thought that would be an appropriate way to show that I was sorry, and I thought that she would appreciate that because it felt so normal to me. It just felt like instinct that I should do that. But to her, that seemed really weird, and obviously it probably would seem weird to a lot of people considering that that I was supposedly heterosexual. Basically, after I left high school, I still wasn't completely sure what was different about me. I thought that I hadn't found the right person, and because of the religious aspect of my life, a lot of the time I was just saying, God just hasn't brought that person yet, and I was just waiting around for nothing. And it wasn't until I was in college that I started to realize that the feelings that I felt for girls were romantic and sexual, and that I just wanted to be with a girl, and that was the only thing that would make me happy. But yeah, so that was that, coming out to myself. And then the second topic I want to just really briefly, because I recently watched a movie, and let me just tell you, it's called The Four-Faced Liar, and it's a really, really good gay and lesbian film. There are a lot out there that are okay, but a lot of them are lacking. They just kind of don't seem very, I don't know, the endings are disappointing or something along those lines. But basically, this movie was probably one of the best I've seen in a long time. My favorite character in this movie was Bridget, and she was gay and just badass. And you might watch it and be like, why does she think she was badass? She just sits around she's drinking beer, and she just doesn't give a fuck, and she lives with her one of her roommates, a straight roommate, and her and him are just they get up together after drinking all night, and they're both standing there in front of the mirror in the morning brushing their teeth and being just so out of it, and it's so funny to watch the dynamic, and I just absolutely love her character. And my friend that showed me the movie, her name's Emily, and she told me that the character Bridget, the girl that plays her, is actually the director, or the director that she wrote the script for the movie, which just makes her so much more awesome in my mind. So if you haven't had a chance to watch it, watch Four-Faced Liar. She's an interesting character, and I just really enjoyed the movie. So I hope you guys do too. So I guess that's all for Thursday. I will see you guys next week, and keep an eye out. We have some new ladies coming on to sub for us, and you'll be able to see who they are once we've made our final decisions. So you guys have a good week, and I will see you next Thursday.